Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. It is finally that time of the year again where we can reveal the top 10 best-selling products from The Ordinary of 2022. I film this video every single year because I think The Ordinary, one of my favourite skincare brands, and it's really fun to take a look at what people are purchasing and repurchasing for their own skincare routines. However, I'm always the first to say best-selling doesn't always mean best performing. And I think it's important you take a look underneath those sales figures and at the formulations themselves. Do any of these products actually deserve a place in our own skincare routines? We're going to find out. So sit back, relax, let's top the top 10 The Ordinary bestsellers. Now, before we get into today's video, I would love to know how many of these top 10 bestsellers you currently use in your morning and evening skincare routine. Are there any products that you thought would feature and you're surprised by their absence? Sound off in the comments section below and let me know. Whatever your thoughts on these top 10 bestsellers, if you like me, you like the channel, and you want to support us going forward into 2023, the best way to do that is by reaching down and giving this video a thumbs up and a like. The more likes a video gets, the more widely YouTube distributes it on its platform. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you all so much. Now, I've got a lot to get through in today's video, so let's cut that waffle and delve straight on in. Now, kicking things off in 10th position is this. This is The Ordinary Peeling Solution. I feel like we've started on one of my least favourite products from The Ordinary. Around 2 or 3 years ago, this would have definitely been in the top 3 best sellers. Honestly, people couldn't get enough of this product. But I think over the past 12 months, we started to reevaluate our relationship with exfoliation. I think a lot of us would put our hands up and say maybe we were using too high a concentration of acids, using them too frequently. I know I certainly was. And so we've pared it back. The best thing about paring it back is you realise actually you get the same great results with less irritation. So I no longer reach for this the way I did say 2 or 3 years ago. And judging by these sales figures, a lot of people have also made that decision too. On the body, this can absolutely work, but I think the risk of overdoing it, triggering hyperpigmentation, impaired barrier function is just too great. I just don't think this is worth it. For me, The Ordinary Lactic Acid, which unfortunately isn't on this list, wins every time. I imagine in 2023, when we do this again, this review in 12 months' time, this will have completely fallen out of that top 10 list and hopefully replaced by the Lactic Acid, which is just a far better product. I've linked this alongside all the products mentioned in today's video in the description box below. The Ordinary have been fully transparent and say they're going to be increasing the prices across most of their skincare collection from January 2023. So if you wanted to buy any of the products mentioned today, stock up on some of your favourites that might not be mentioned, now is definitely the time to do it so you can get it at the original price. And like I say, all the links are there for your convenience. Now, moving on to number 9. This is another product that I would definitely not be recommending from The Ordinary. It is their UV Filters sunscreen. It baffles me that people are still buying this. Interestingly, if you look at the sales data country from country, this only really sells in the States. It's not a product that shifts any meaningful volume outside of the USA. And so I think that's quite interesting. I don't know what the reason behind that is. I do know that the States is one of the biggest markets for mineral sunscreens, which is maybe why this sells a little bit better. But this is definitely a firm pass for me. I tried it around 2 years ago, and then I thought, let's give it a second chance around 12 months ago. Just as bad. It's thick, it's gloopy, really ashy. It kind of gives you that lavender hue to the skin, even on my relatively fair skin tone. So this definitely won't work for anyone with a deeper and darker and richer skin tone. And I just think, no, there are just so many better mineral sunscreen formulations on the market. I like that there's a little bit of antioxidant action going on in here because I always recommend using antioxidants and sunscreen together. So that's one positive that I will take from this product. But I think it's overpriced when you look at some of the other drugstore options, and it's really difficult to remove. Like, it takes multiple cleansers to shift this one. So for me, it's just a firm pass. And I have heard rumours that The Ordinary will be reformulating and coming out with some new sunscreens in 2023. So keep your eye out for that, and I will definitely be the first to let you guys know if that is the case, because I definitely think this is a product that needs a lot of work. In at number 8 is this, The Ordinary Alpha Abutin. Now, I was pretty surprised to see this in the top 10 list. Whilst I think it's a great product, I didn't know that it was as popular as it clearly is. And that makes me really happy, because this is a great, gentle alternative to hydroquinone. I think one of the main reasons this has shot up in the bestsellers is hydroquinone has been restricted from over-the-counter sale in the US and a lot of territories in 2022. So I think people are looking for other options for fighting hyperpigmentation, dark spots and discoloration, and Alpha Abutin is a really good option. I covered a little bit more about this ingredient in a separate video, which I'm going to leave a link to up there if you want to check it out. Whilst you can get your 2% fix from the standalone serum, I personally would actually reach for this one. the ascorbic acid 8% plus alpha-arbutin 2%. So you get that 2% concentration of alpha-arbutin, same as in this serum, but you get an 8% concentration of pure form vitamin C too. I feel you get quicker results with this, and I definitely got an enhanced performance. So if you're reaching for the ordinary alpha-arbutin, maybe mix it up to this one. I think you'll be really, really impressed with the results. In at number 7, the ordinary Glycolic Acid 7% toning solution. So this is a product that I think has been up and down in terms of its sales volume over the past 4 years. Holy Grail, one of the best sellers around 4 years ago. Then I think people started saying, maybe glycolic acid isn't the best option, maybe this is too strong. People started to question whether using this daily, as recommended by The Ordinary, was really the right way forward, and its sales slipped. Now you see that this is a product that's growing in popularity again, not because people are using it on the face, but because they seem to be using it in any other way. People are using it on the nails, something that's been a huge sensation over on TikTok, saying it will strengthen your nails with repeated use. People use it as a scalp treatment, they use it on dry skin on the body, and so I think this has been given a new lease of life, but I still think on the face there are just better options. Absolutely, if you're getting some great results in terms of using this on the body, continue to do it, but I think, you know, a high concentration of, or relatively high concentration of glycolic acid used daily is just too much. So if you're reaching for this, couple of times a week is all you need, and I wouldn't use this if you had any skin sensitivity. Switch to like a mandelic or a lactic acid, much more gentle, and I think you'll get some great results in the long term. I'm glad that people are finding alternative uses for this rather than on the face, and if it's working for you, sound off in the comment section below and let me know. I'm always dubious when I see like viral TikTok hacks. I always think, oh, is this going to be any good? But I always like to learn from your experiences, so share in the comments. In at number 6 is The Ordinary Buffet, which has actually been rebranded as The Ordinary Multipeptide Serum plus Hyaluronic Acid. A longer name, but one that I think better describes what this is actually going to do. So this is a powerful multi-peptide formulation. The key ingredients are matrixyl and azurylline, two of my favourite peptides, which used together have some great anti-aging benefit. You've got some other peptides too, and some nice humectants to give a little bounce, plumpness to the skin. I really like this. I liked it originally. I prefer it now it's got the new name because I think it's easier to understand what it's actually going to do, and I'm not surprised that this is a bestseller. This is higher up on the list this year than it was last year, and I think that's because they did like a 40% off sale when they transitioned from one name to the other, so obviously sales skyrocketed at that point, which is probably giving it a higher position in this list than maybe it normally would. So we'll see what happens in next year's rankings. But yeah, this is a really great peptide serum for people that want like a one and done approach to peptides. You don't want to mix and match too many different formulations. Get it in this multi-peptide serum, apply it to the skin, and you'll definitely notice the difference over the long term. Now, kicking off the top 5, we have this product, the Ordinary Natural Moisturizing Factors plus Hyaluronic Acid. This has been in the top 5 ever since the Ordinary launched, and is a staple in so many people's skincare routines. I actually do really like this product. It's a very basic and simplistic moisturizer, but that's not meant in a shady way. I actually think sometimes keeping your moisturizers really simple, just use them to lock in all your skincare and give a little hydration, is the right way forward. We went through a period where we loaded our moisturizers with different actives, and then people started doubling up on things, seeing irritation. I think sometimes keeping it simple and moisturizers is the best approach for your skincare routine, and this is one of the most affordable and I think one of the best tolerated out there. Works for all skin types, doesn't break you out even if, like me, you're super oily and acne prone, and it does give a really nice meaningful level of hydration. I don't reach for this the way that I used to because I discovered a product from Geek and Gorgeous recently called the Happier Barrier, and similar-ish price point, but I find that this has a slightly better ingredient profile that just gives that beautiful softness to the skin that sometimes I don't really get from the Ordinary product. However, if you want to just shop The Ordinary, you want to do everything on a budget, this, honestly, will be a great addition to your skincare routine, and I recommend it to everybody. Keeping it simple, The Ordinary Moisturizing Factors really delivers. Now, in at number 4 is a product I actually don't have on me. I've tried it, didn't like it, never repurchased it, and that's the Ordinary Hyaluronic Acid 2%. Now, there's nothing wrong with this. People get some really great results, but I think the hyaluronic acid craze has started to slow down just a bit. This used to always be in the number 2 spot on this bestseller list, and it slipped 2 positions, and I think people look for alternatives to hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid is a great humectant, draws in and retains moisture within itself, plumps out the skin, can prevent transepidermal water loss. all amazing things. However, I think there are just some better humectants out there. Urea, glycerin, polyglutamic acid, beta-glucans. I covered some of my favourites in a recent video, which I'm going to leave a link to up there. I think hyaluronic acid as an ingredient has seen its peak, and lots of people are shopping around for some of the better alternatives. I would always say remember that hyaluronic acid isn't benign. You use too much of it in too many steps of your skincare routine, and you could start seeing redness, peeling, and irritation. So don't just assume that hyaluronic acid is one of those gentle ingredients you can never get too much of. You absolutely can. In moderation, great, but I think a lot of people started to step away from standalone hyaluronic acid serums and look to just incorporate it in other steps where it's part of the base formulation. Now, in at number 3 is a staple in the Ordinary family, which is this, the Ordinary Squalane Cleanser. Simple, effective, doesn't strip and dry the skin, well tolerated by most skin types. There's a reason that this is in 3rd position on the bestsellers list, because I think just about everyone has tried this cleanser at some point in their skincare journey. I've nearly finished this tube, but I do still reach for it occasionally because I do like that cream to oil based consistency that you get with this. Super inexpensive. It's like a one and done cleanse because it acts as a double cleanse in just one product. So if you're looking to streamline things down, you really can't go wrong with this. Now, The Ordinary are actually launching a new foaming cleanser in March 2023, which I got an exclusive first look at. I'm going to leave a link to that video up there. Definitely one to check out because that is my current favourite cleanser from The Ordinary. This does absolutely work, but I think that glucoside foaming cleanser is going to be a holy grail that will definitely be featuring on this bestsellers list next year. So definitely one to look out for. Now, in at number 2, and honestly it's storming up this list because it wasn't even in the top 10 last year, is my personal favourite from The Ordinary, the Azure Line Solution. I cannot tell you how much I love this product and how it is the one serum that I don't think I'd ever be without in my skincare routine. I wonder whether this could have actually been number 1 on this list if it wasn't out of stock for like 2 or 3 months this year, which obviously is out of stock, people can't be buying it, so that will have impacted its sales numbers significantly. So I think this is one to keep your eye out for next year's ranking where it could be even number 1. This is great. Now, the reason this is a bestseller and shot up this list is just about everyone is fangirling about it, calling it Botox in a bottle, saying this is the one anti-aging serum you need in your life. It's gone viral on TikTok at least 20 times this year. You see it here on YouTube, over on Instagram. There's a lot of hype behind it. Now, usually I say with hype, sometimes it's all hype, no substance. Not with this product. I think it's worthy of all that hype it gets. Honestly, it's not going to work for absolutely everyone. And I covered like a best of how to use it and incorporate in your skincare routine video, which I'll leave a link to up there. If you read the comments on that video, I'd say that 75% of people say, wouldn't be without it, it's amazing. Some others say, I just didn't get the results I expected. So it's all about setting your expectations and listening to what other people got in terms of performance with this. So I definitely recommend you check out this video. But I think it's worthy of the hype and it's definitely worthy of the number 2 spot in this list. Now, a big drum roll, please, for the best-selling product from The Ordinary for the 3rd year running, which goes to this one. This is The Ordinary Niacinamide 10% plus Zinc 1%. Now, earlier on in the video, when I said that best-selling doesn't always mean best performing, I was specifically referring to this serum, if I'm totally honest, because while some people do get great results from this, I mean, they're buying it time and time again, I think there are better niacinamide formulations on the market. This has a 10% concentration, which is quite high. Probably okay if you've got oily or acne-prone skin, but for everyone else, it could cause irritation and sensitivity. But it's the base formulation in this that is really the problem. If you've ever applied this to wet skin, you'll see it kind of foams up. That's because one of the ingredients in here kind of is so harsh, it acts like a surfactant, a cleansing agent, which causes that foaming. That's what's really driving the stripping and the drying that people report when they use this on a consistent basis. Niacinamide, in moderation, great. I don't think this is where it's at, if I'm totally honest. However, this has sold 37 million units since it launched. Let that sink in. So, 37 million units, can't be wrong. Clearly people are getting great results from this. Didn't work for me, but I would love to know, what's your take on this? Do you enjoy it? Did you find that there are just better options on the market? Sound off in the comments section below. I would like to see this replaced as the number 1 bestseller next year, but I just can't see what product's actually going to do it. Maybe the Azure line, maybe their new cleanser, who knows? But there's a reason why this is always number 1, because clearly people buy it time and time again. And whilst it didn't work for me, clearly it does work for some people out there, so maybe I'll try and be a little less shady about this in 2023. Anyway, there you have it, guys, a rundown of the top 10 best-selling products from The Ordinary in 2022. If you did want to stock up on any of these, like I say, do so now before the prices rise in January. All links you need are in the comments section below. And let me know any of your personal favourites that didn't make it into the list. I was surprised not to see the Gran Active Retinoid Emulsion. I would have loved to have seen the Marine Hyaluronics, which is such a better alternative to the Hyaluronic Acid Serum. Oh, I love the amino acids, one of my favourite like firming and hydrating serums. There are so many unsung heroes I think should be in this list. And if you want to see what I think are like my 5 most underrated products from The Ordinary, check out a video which I'm going to leave a link to up there. Watch that one after this one, because I think there are some hidden gems I would personally love to see on this list next year. Wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, and love your skin. Take care. Bye!